Oh, that's so bright. Hello, everybody. Bring it, Doodle. Hi, Hobbs. Hi, Charm. Hi, Anonymous. Hi, Real Deal. Thank you all for showing up. It's always the most nerve wracking thing, wondering if anyone's going to show up. Shout out to Jogo Motorcycle Adventures who told me about this live stream software. He does live streams a lot, like pretty frequently, and they're just so beautiful and polished and professional. And yeah, you told me about this. So I just signed up for this thing and set it up about an hour and a half ago. So everything's working real smoothly so far. I'm amazed. Normally, I always have something go wrong in live streams because I just do them so rarely. But this is we're live, no hiccups. That's amazing. Hi, Dennis. Oh, Vanessa. She rides moto. Philzilla, Hobbs. Um, so if y'all haven't heard of Vanessa, she rides moto here on YouTube. She's got a lot of really fun little videos on Instagram, but she recently started posting on YouTube. She travels a lot on her road glide, and I'm really excited for the stuff she's putting out. She makes some really fun videos to watch. Hello from Maryland. Hello, everybody. And this whole little bar thing around me, I think I can take it away. So let me test my newfound skills right now. Um, you know what? Never mind. I don't know how to take it away. It's just gonna have to stay up. That's okay. These my sponsors will like that. This is my first year having sponsors. I cannot. Oh, Ghost on Two Wheels. Hello. Yo, what is your ethnicity? My family is from the Dominican Republic. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, ethnicity, ancestors, DNA, that kind of stuff, that includes descent from Africa and Spain and Caribbean Indian. And yeah, that's it. Some people find it like or ask me that and are very wary asking, like they think it's offensive or something. I can tell you right now, it's not offensive at all. I'm glad people are interested in learning about other people's cultures. So ask away. Oh, my microphone is so far. Can you guys hear me? Is this better? I guess no one said anything. Greetings from Tampa, Florida. David, you live near my mom. I'm going to be in Tampa soon for the holidays. And you live near Shade Tree and Shalisi. I didn't realize they are also doing a live stream today, right now. But I'm sure they'll go for way longer than. Oh, you could hear me fine. Okay, great. I'm sure they'll go for way longer than I will. I'll probably end this at about an hour. They usually go for a few hours. So you can head over there after this live stream. You now have 2 Triumphs, a Cardo, and 2 Quad Locks. Wow. And Jerry's here. I was worried about you. I'd like, bro. I'm sorry, Jerry. I forgot to call you back. I'm just forgetful sometimes. Okay, so you know what? I'll get started because last time I did a live stream, people got real upset that I spent so much time saying hello instead of getting started. So I put a poll. Oh well, thank you for stopping in Ghost on Two Wheels, even though it's your kid's birthday and then Taekwondo. That's awesome. So I put a post on YouTube community tab asking to see what you guys wanted to see and suggested doing 1,000 U-turns. I was like, that'll only take me like 2 to 3 hours. But yeah, that's too much for me to figure out right now. Luckily, a lot of you said a Q&A, which is great because I don't know if you all have noticed, but I don't respond to my comments as much as I used to. I used to constantly be on my phone reading through comments. Hi, Philzilla. Hi, Donna. Hi, Mr. JGP and Jerry W66. But the more views I started to get, the more trolls I started to get. And I don't enjoy that. So now I'm mostly just respond to comments on like the first day of releasing a video. So this will be nice to be able to catch up with you all because usually people in the live streams are not trolls. Usually they're a little more loyal, but sometimes they still pop up. Sab Crazy. Sab Crazy's been here forever. Oh, what a great watcher. Anonymous Biker. CB says, what is a troll? A troll is someone who I would say makes comments that are mean, essentially. Yes. Shade Tree Surgeon's here. What? Don't you have a live stream right now? It is. I have a question. It is for God. Why? I don't know. I don't know that I have a direct pipeline to him. Name is John. F6B says, how does a low subscriber... You know what? I think I'm seeing questions pop up on the screen. If I'm missing them, I'm sorry. I'm new to this streaming thing. F6B Adventure says, how does a low subscriber YouTuber like myself grow? F6B Adventures, I would say you need to get yourself the YouTube Bible. Let me grab that right now. I took the cover off, but this is what the cover looks like. It's the YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves. I wish so much that I had read this and studied it before I recorded my very first video. But instead, I didn't until I was about 5 years into it. And is it worth it? I took the 2-month course that book is kind of like the spark notes of. And just to give you an idea, my first 50,000 subscribers took me 5 years. My next 50,000 subscribers took me 1 year after learning from Daryl Eves about YouTube. So that's my biggest thing I wish I would have done, was learned as much about YouTube and how to do it and how to learn how to do it well before I even recorded my first video. That would have saved me so much time. What has been your favorite bike to ride on your adventure? From Roller Coaster Fanatic. My bike, my Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro. I love it so much. The Real Deal says, Real Deal, hi. Where's your man? He is downstairs. He made chili and I ate it, and now I'm having peppermint tea because my stomach hurts because I ate too much chocolate right after. Hi, Doodle from Jerry and Donna. Hi. Dad Bod Bikers. That is a great name. Would you ever try the BMW off-roading course? We're thinking about doing it with a group to perfect the handling of bigger bikes. Dad Bod Bikers? Yes, definitely. I have thought about it. But just to give you an idea, I try to like keep an idea of videos in a document, and right now I have over 200, and there's no way I can do all of them, and I keep adding to it. So there are a lot of ideas and a lot of things I would love to do, but time-wise, I'm only one person. So I don't know. George Spalding says, do you use your Triumph Connect? If so, how do you like it? I have not used no, I haven't. There's a lot on my bike, like a lot of technology stuff that I have not even touched. So you can connect a GoPro to it, apparently. You can connect your phone to it. I haven't done any of that. And pretty much anything very technology based, I tend to be wary about trying. Snam Rofney. These are unique questions. Are you into astrology? What's your sun, moon, and rising? I am into well, maybe I'm not answering that correctly. Maybe I'm into astronomy. I really like space and like going to the observatory and stars, but I'm not very familiar with what sun, moon, and rising is and that kind of stuff. I don't know what that means. Jerry says, sometimes trolls are just argumentative, sometimes mean, sometimes they're just doing it for attention or fun. Yeah, I don't know how people think it's fun to be mean. Like, don't you have, I don't, even if, at least when I was a kid, even if someone bothered me so much and I would get mean, I always felt bad about it after. Shade Tree, okay, quick, while she's gone, my method is participating in what is essentially my own harem anime show. I don't know what he's talking about a lot most of the time. NS Stang says, how's the stunting going on the new bike? It's not. Well, you know what? I have actually figured out how to do some tight circles with one leg out, if that counts. But it is on my list to learn to do wheelies. I was actually going to do that this winter, but then I realized I the all the video ideas I had were just I had like the 30 days commuting challenge, 100 U-turns challenge, and I wanted to do 100 power slides, 100 wheelies challenge. I'm like, oh, I physically don't have time to record all those videos at once. So I'm trying to space it out now. So uh I'm delaying the wheelies for a little bit. How tall are you? I am 5'3.75" tall, or I think in centimeters, that's 162 centimeters. Ghost on two wheels. Would you put your design skills to work to create a custom wrap for your tiger to make it red? No, because I don't like my own artwork. And I think just, um, for those of you who don't know, I was an illustration major in school. Like growing up, I wanted to be a children's book illustrator. That was my dream. Um, and I ended up working for a children's book illustrator in college as an assistant. And he was struggling financially. And I thought, I don't love anything enough that I want to be struggling financially. Like I want to be able to like live and get food. So I looked for any full-time job I could find with my major, which was illustration, and I ended up becoming a product designer, so designing home and holiday decor for the next like 8 years until I quit to do YouTube full time. Um, but because art has been such a major part of my life, I actually don't really like it, like even on walls. Like that's like one of the very few. I have no art pieces in this whole room. I have that, which is the route in North Georgia mountains called the Gauntlet. Yeah, I really love empty walls. It just feels peaceful. I think I just got too used to putting artwork up on walls, and in art school we would just critique them. So it just I don't know. But I do want someone else to wrap it. I am talking to Jadar Customs. I keep delaying it because again, the whole time thing. And I had a plan that I wanted to do something to the bike. I'm not gonna tell you. You're just gonna have to watch the video before he paints it, and that's gonna take some time. And I realized, oh yeah, I don't. I gotta space this out. She rides moto. I love the early doodle videos. Oh gosh, I get so nervous every time I see a comment on a really old video. I'm like, no, don't go back in time. EHMC. Any thoughts on the Transalp 750? Have you had a chance to ride it yet? No, I haven't. Tim Ray is late. How dare you, Tim? Bikinis drive subs. Hope this helps. Billy, those are not the kind of subscribers I want. I have no interest in men that are watching my channel because I'm in a bikini. Those are not people that I enjoy conversations with, and those are also not the kind of people that will respect me in the way that I prefer to be respected. So you will not see me in a bikini on my channel. Hope that helps, Billy. Anonymous, I am not getting the red tiger. It's so beautiful, and I'm so irritated that it's released for 2024. The color scheme, it's perfect. Red, black, and white. That's literally exactly what I want my tiger to be. But it was a press bike, so Triumph was using it to let other YouTubers and content creators use it. So it was when I got it at the end of 2022, it was a used 2023. So I got a great deal on it, and at the time those were, I don't know if they still are, but it's so hard to find Tiger GT Pros. They were just selling out left and right. So I'm like, you know what? I will deal with the color I hate for this good deal and to be able to have a great ride. John Andre, have you ever considered riding an MT10? Sure. Why not? Ride like a pro, Jerry. When will we see some videos with the Harley police bike? Let me look at my schedule. So the next video will probably be at the end of December. So December 29th. Maybe. Okay, so you know what? You all are in the live stream. I'll tell you some secrets. So I haven't figured out yet how to lift it. Jerry did call me and tell me how to do it, but I haven't tried it yet. And I know it can be done because I've seen other small women lift the baggers. But it's when you're like my size, your technique needs to be perfect. And if the angle is like slightly off or anything, it just doesn't work. And that was the issue I had with my bike when I first got it, and I couldn't lift it. Now I can, but it took some practicing to get that technique right, and also just getting stronger because I've been a weakling my whole life. But I've been working on that, eating and working out and eating more. It's been great. So my point was I really want to learn how to lift it. And if I can, then that you may see that video first. But it's really going to depend on whether or not I can figure it out, because I'm not going to post that video until I figure it out. So if I don't figure it out, then the next video you'll see with the Police Harley will be end of December. Sasha Blue. It's all about the money now, mostly. I don't know what you're talking about, Sasha. That's not true. You're talking about me. That ain't true. That's some baloney. I almost swore live. Hobbs, what would be your top tips for beginner off-roader? Hobbs, top tips for beginner off-roader. Wear your proper gear, especially the boots that go all the way up to under your knee. If you saw my most recent commuting video, you'll know why. If you didn't, then I'll just tell you. I was wearing street riding boots, which are softer and lower, and tried riding my mini dirt bike upstairs and bumped my shin so hard. And those pegs are spiky so that you can have a grip. And that spike went right into my shin. It hurt so much. I felt like I almost threw up. So wear your proper gear and start small. Like I know you see me on Jocelyn Snow's class on these ridiculously big bikes. But my thinking is if I'm going to be doing off-roading, I'm either going to be doing it on bigger bikes in like a trained setting, or if I'm by myself or in like not a course, just like riding around, I'm going to be on a smaller bike because it's just easier. And sometimes it's the difficult things are fun, but sometimes it's just easy to just ride and cruise and not be too worried. Mike Audie, what was your favorite trip to date and why? Oh, I know the answer. So that is, I would say, my road trip to Sturgis. Not the one you've already seen, not my first trip last year, but the one I just did, which you'll see that video next Friday, actually. So Black Friday on November 24th. And why? I would say, so that was one of the few road trips I didn't do totally alone. Normally I do a lot of my trips alone. It's just hard to coordinate with other people with how much I travel. Other people, like, they have jobs or they have their own content they want to create. So that's the main reason I go alone so much. It's just difficulty coordinating. But I rode with a group of Native American biker chicks, the Medicine Wheel Ride. It's a 501c nonprofit organization of Native women and their allies who ride to raise awareness. And also, they actually get down in the trenches themselves. I'll explain more on that either in this live stream if you want, or you'll see in the video. But they ride to raise awareness about missing and murdered Indigenous people. I had no idea this was happening, but apparently it's an epidemic. Like, they are being murdered at like an insane rate, like literally 10 times the national average. And they don't have resources. Like, people are just going missing at alarming rates, and Indigenous people are. And most of these cases remain unsolved, and they're not getting public media. Like, I mean, we've all heard of Gabby Petito, and with Native people, it's like almost every Native person has had their own multiple Gabby Petito family members, like sister, cousin, uncle, nephew. It's insane. Like, it's constant. Like, some of these women have multiple people that are either have been murdered or are just missing and no one knows what happened to them. And yeah, so I went really dark there. You're probably like, wait, so why was that your favorite trip? Um, so I mean, I learned so much. I had no ideas the issues natives were facing today. I thought that was just something from history that issues natives faced. But I just like I love those women so much. I had so much fun with them. And something I noticed, like if any of you've ever, if either of you here are combat vets, first of all, thank you for your service. And or if you know anyone who's a combat vet, they have a very weird and dark sense of humor. Like nothing is off limits. And not to mention, they can just find the ability to laugh and have fun among really dark stuff. And I noticed that's like this that's it's the same with native people. Like these women, we would go, so we started in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was going to be about a week, 1,000 miles riding to Sturgis, making multiple stops along the way. And each of those stops they would do an event at like a hotel or a resort or someplace, and talking about these issues and their stories to bring awareness. And oh, I forgot, where was I going with this? Oh, okay, I remember now. And some of these women would share these stories. Like, for example, one woman was saying how her sister was murdered by her boyfriend's family member, and she got pretty descriptive in it. I don't know if you all want me to be descriptive, but like it was horrifying. And but then like shortly after that, when we all left, like I was still like, I'm traumatized. I'm like, I'm gonna be depressed all week just hearing these stories. These women would just couldn't they just had so much fun together. They would be crying and these insanely sad stories. And then somehow very shortly after, they could find a way to make jokes and laugh with each other and be fun and silly. And so it was a roller coaster, but um it was also fun, and they were a lot of fun, and yeah, made some really good friends. I've actually never added to my personal Facebook because I have like Facebook business page Doodle on a Motorcycle, and I have like my personal Facebook, which is my name, and I don't even have my last name. I have my middle name misspelled, and you can barely see my face because once I did have someone from YouTube find my personal, and then they were able to like see some of my private locations. I'm like, this is So I've actually never added like a friend through YouTube on my personal page, but the Medicine Wheel Ride women, that was the first time that I met other riders through like for the purpose of like YouTube or making videos, that did add them on like my personal Facebook. I don't know. So that was a very long answer, but that was my favorite trip to date and why. And you will see that next Friday. Let's see. Okay. Let me go back to the questions. I used to have Harley, now I drive scooters. Scooters are fun too. Phil Zilla, how's the slow speed training going on the street glide? Really fun. I'm loving it. I love that bike. I don't want to give it back. I hope Sean forgets about it. But I keep meaning to send it to Jerry too because I want to get his feedback on it. And I actually haven't even. I'm like 21 days into the 30-day challenge, so about 2,000 U-turns in, and I actually haven't even looked at my own footage, so I don't know how much I've improved. But Cody, he goes on walks with our dog, and then he'll see me practicing. So he told me, he was like, you look really different than you did before. Like that looks good. So I'm like, I don't know how this happened, but I have not dropped that bike. Knock on wood. How, I don't know. It's amazing. I think all those U-turns on my bike are translating enough that I somehow haven't dropped it. I really thought I would during these U-turns, but I didn't. Chance, thank you for the bottom of my heart. Oh, after 36 years, I got back on a bike. Way to go, Chance. I'm excited for you. Lynn Sample, I watched you from year 2. Wow, Lynn, you've been around here a long time. You've improved, but I enjoy your insights. I've ridden about 15 years, over a 50-year span. Wow, Lynn, that's awesome. Real deal. What is your favorite color and what is your main favorite color? Main favorite color? My favorite color is red. I thought it was my favorite color since I was 7, but I have evidence, some papers from elementary school that my mom saved, where I was 4 years old, listing red as my favorite color. And I'm going to answer this question in 2 ways because I'm not sure if that's a typo. What is your main favorite color? Cody's favorite color is actually also red. Or if that's a typo and you meant to say, what is your main favorite color? Red. I'm wearing red right now. Actually, this is a medicine. This is what I was talking to you about. Medicine Wheel Ride. This is the group. No more stolen sisters is what the shirt says. Medicine Wheel Ride. Billy, I would like to bring a TW200 to Mars. Billy, that sounds awesome. Thank you for no longer talking about damn bikinis. See how much cooler that is to talk about TW200s on Mars than bikinis? Way cooler. Inland 1, how's the motor school progress? Ooh, y'all are getting all the secrets in this live stream. So I think I've got approval. I had a meeting. Shout out David Tolson from Tolson Life. He's the one who connected me to, because a lot of people that heard I wanted to do this would send me a contact or would send me like a public course. I'm like, I don't want to do a public course. That's what anyone can do. I want to feature like motor police officers. I want to like interview them and share their personal stories. And so he got me in contact with motor instructors who are the ones who will approve the process. They'll have to go through some other rings, and I got a meeting with them. I had like a Zoom meeting with them and they were all on board and they're like, okay, we just need to send this to our major and our captain, I think are the proper titles. So I had to wait for approval from them. And then now I'm in the process of getting a permit. No, backtrack. Now I need to backtrack because the permit needs more information. So I'm going to restart the meeting. So long story short, I think it's going to happen when, I don't know. The government isn't the fastest moving thing in the world. But yeah, I think it's working. New rider. Was learning to ride more difficult or easier than you expected? Definitely more difficult. Yeah, I had no idea how technical riding actually is until I actually got on a bike myself. You know, when you just see other people doing something, whether it's skiing or motorcycle riding or some other kind of sport, they make it look so easy. And then when you try to do it with zero experience, it just doesn't work out that way. What good doodle. Thanks for the follow on IG. Dawn on the Run. You're welcome. David says, don't bother connecting to the Triumph Tech currently on our 2023 Rally Pro. I almost said me too. No, I'm not. I'm on a GT Pro. Brian Randall, what is the boom you use for your camera? Looking for something for my GoPro for a 2014 Harley Davidson Electric Glide Unlimited. The boom I use for my camera? I don't know what that is, Brian. Tolson is here. I was just talking about you. I got no clue what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Billy, why did you choose a Triumph? Harder to get parts for than any of the Japanese makes. Yes, Billy, you are right about that. It was a very emotional decision. I just love it. I just love the way Triumphs sound and the way they feel. That was really the main reason. If someone comes to me and they say, what bike do you recommend? I'm on a tight budget. I don't have a lot of time to wait for parts or whatever. I would probably say some kind of Japanese equivalent. Any will be just fine. Mr. JGP, I suggested wheelies. Oh, well, thank you for coming up with the entire concept about wheelies, Mr. JGP. P17. Would you do an off-road trip with bike camping similar to what Michael Reeves did? Camping just doesn't really call to me. So it's not something I'll initiate on my own, but I'd be willing to try it. I have said that before. If a good friend really wants me to go and I don't have to commit and like buy my whole set. I can just like borrow someone's for like a day. I'll try it, but it just isn't called to me. I like being comfortable and having air conditioning and a shower and a comfy bed and no bugs. Real deal. My cousins live off Day Creek baseline. I've got family off. I don't know. Huh? Michael Dane, are you going to get the new Triumph in your favorite colors? No, I'm going to paint mine. Get mine painted. So that was a nice thing I found out because my Triumph was a press bike and I got such a good deal on it. It's actually cheaper for me to just get it painted than to have gotten another one back then, even in the color I wanted or now. Plus, I've got my it's my baby. That's my bike. We've got memories together, and it's got all my accessories and my crash guards and all my stuff on it. John Andre, what are some tips for editing your videos effectively? I love your road trip videos. Thank you. Editing videos effectively. I'm probably not the best person to ask this because I really don't have any technical training in editing. Just this year, I started hiring editors. So I have 2 editors that I use. One of them is Whitney from Yummy Noob. And they are technically very knowledgeable. It's been really cool. And they do things that I don't even know how to do. But as far as the story, I would say is I kind of try to plan out. Road trips are harder. Like I don't plan out road trips as much as I do other videos. Some other videos I will plan out a lot more, but road trips I more try to, maybe I might have a loose idea of like the title and the thumbnail, which is probably the most important thing, even more important than your video, let me tell you. I can get into that more if anyone's interested. But once I have that set down, then it kind of gives you an idea of like the angle you're going to take and the things you're going to talk about and things you're going to show in your video. And then I kind of try to plan like interesting moments, climax, things like leading up to things. If something interesting happens later, how can I kind of foreshadow it? Just kind of think of not chronological order because it's boring. Really just thinking like what's the best way to tell the story. And I have a whole like little document. I like to plan it out. Dennis Ian, please don't stunt. We love you too much. Dennis, my idea of stunting, I plan on doing it in full gear and safely, like in parking lots, not on the street, because that's illegal. I don't understand how so many people do that on YouTube and Instagram. I'm like, how have you not gotten tickets or gone to jail? Like I can see your face. We can see that you are doing this illegally. Maybe it's too much. I don't know, but I ain't interested in doing that. Plus, I want to work with motor police officers. They're not going to want to work with me if I have illegal stunting videos. It has to be like legal and safe. Johnny Cash Benham, celebrating 5 years of riding after taking the MSF course. Congrats! Flapjack said, when did you start riding? I took the MSF course November 2015. Got my first bike January 2016. So 7 years, almost 8 years, just a couple months. It's Josh 4.0. Would you ever get a dual sport? Yeah, definitely. But I'm very limited with garage space right now. If I had more space, more space and more money, I definitely would have a lot more bikes than I have. Flippin' the Blue Mule. Shade Tree Army. Yes. Buck Brown. Josh twisted my arm, said, come crash your live stream. Aww. Josh is the best. I'll direct everyone over there next. Two-wheeled rocket. Finally, a live stream with Doodle. I know I haven't done a live stream in a year and a half, but I want to be more consistent with my videos, and like post them weekly. I've kind of gone to like 2 to 3 a month, and then like in the last couple months, even less. So I want to be more consistent with that. And today I didn't have a video, so going live. Shady said to come say hey. Shade Tree, he's the best. David Hobbs, wife and I never miss Pops for coffee. Oh, empanadas and sweets. Have you ever done a meet and greet there at the dealership? David, I haven't done a meet. I don't know. I guess I have at the Get On Moto Fest. I think that was in 2021. That was the only time I did a meet and greet. 87C. Shade Tree tells how fantastic you are doing great things for others. Shade Tree. He's such an angel. He would hate me saying that because he tries to act like such a devil, but he's such an angel. Tony Green, what is the design on the wall behind you? That is a route in the North Georgia mountains called the Gauntlet. I actually haven't ridden it in years. I haven't ridden the North Georgia mountain in years, actually. Come to think of it. Yeah, I do like almost no riding for pleasure anymore. It's all for videos. That may sound sad to some people, but I don't think it's sad at all. I get my riding fix in the workday now, and so I don't feel like I really need it outside of work. Outside of work, I just want to hang out with Cody or see my family or do other things like go to yoga. Oh my gosh! I just saw those super chats. Holy cow! What? Oh my gosh, thank you guys. That doesn't show up on this live stream thing. Oh my, I see your icon, but I don't see your name. So I'm so sorry. I didn't say thank you earlier. Mr. Nick, I see that. Thank you so much. I can't believe I missed that. Thank you guys. Who's sending me $50, $20? Are you crazy? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so sorry I missed that. Dang. Neil, Shade Tree sent me. Aw. FX, do you recommend females ride solo across the country? I recommend you do what you feel comfortable for you. Shade Tree Army. Wheels Through Time is here. Hello. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. I stopped at Wheels Through Time on my road trip to the Tail of the Dragon. You can see in that video. One of the most recent videos I saw of theirs was so cool. They did with bikes and beards on the biggest motorcycle in the world. And what's so funny, I'm always like, there's no such thing as a bike that's too big for you. And then I saw that video, I'm like, never mind. That bike is I forget how many pounds. Like 5,000 pounds. I forget, but it's like the SARS. It's literally as long as a limousine. It's ridiculous. Tom Stevens, I'm really intrigued by your break free. Have you had an experience where you felt it made a difference? I don't know. I'm not paying attention to the back of my head, but I think just the fact that it's a flashing light on the back of your head. So that's going to make you more visible. And so many people notice it. I can't tell you how many people ask me about it, both riders and non-riders. So it's definitely something that people notice. And what I really like is it flashes as you're stopping or slowing down. And apparently, like one of the most common reasons for motorcycle accidents is failure to see a motorcyclist. So that's why I think it's important to be as visible as you can. Bye, Vanessa. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I think it's great. It might go on sale for Black Friday. Don't quote me on that. But I have a discount code. It's Doodle10. I have it behind me. I can show you. So they're one of the Wait, hold on. It's starting up. Okay, I'll show you how it flashes. See? It's wire free. Like it's just the technology I think is called accelerometer. So it just like senses it. It's like some 20-something engineers. They were on Shark Tank. They invented it. I'm like, wow, that's so smart. Yeah, so that's where you can get it. I think I have it linked in the description too. So they're one of the people I emailed before my cross-country trip this year. I emailed like 11 brands asking them to sponsor my cross-country series. And 8 of them said yes, including Break Free, Cardo, and Flying Eyes. I'm like, I should have been doing this years ago. I could have had sponsors all this time. Damn it. I didn't know that. So yeah, shout out Break Free for that. Billy Triumph has one guy in the US to help expedite parts. Oh. Toxic areas aside from Shade Tree. Kevin says hi. Shade Tree. Shade Tree says $20. If someone matches this donation, I swear I'll get a doodle tattoo. Oh my, I'm gonna match this donation myself. Can I do that? Can I do a super chat on my own? Oh my gosh, so many super chats are coming in. Y'all are crazy. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see where I can put that, either on gas or my editors. I've been using editors. That's how I've finally, for the first time this year since starting on YouTube, I haven't had to take like a 2-month break, which I've had to every year since starting on YouTube, because it's just so difficult to keep up with the cycle of I was going to post this on Instagram right now. I'm like, wait a second, I'm on a live stream. Well, I'll do that later. Dennis Eaton, how many miles on Trusty Old Blue? About 14,000 now. So I got it with about 3,000 miles about a year ago. Moto Steve Vlogs. Any plans on riding Canada? No plans, but it has been on my back of my mind. Buck Brown. What WTT, Matt, is that you? What's WTT? Wheels Through Time. I think that might be Steven, who is the Steven, what would you call yourself for Wheels Through Time? He's like the man behind he's like the mom. He's like the one who runs the show behind the scenes. Hopefully that's not a secret. Shade Tree, yeah, Billy, those are my subscribers. Shade Tree, are you literally live streaming and then popping in my live stream? Because I'm pretty sure his live stream is going on right now. Oh, Chase Thomas bet $20. Shade Tree, you just said that if someone matched your super chat, you'd get a doodle tattoo. Okay, this is the tattoo you gotta get. Screenshot that. You can get a nicer looking one if you want. Trip! Hello! I haven't seen you in a while. I'm a fool. Not sure if someone else asked, but what kind of salary do you make being a full-time YouTuber? Let me think how I want to answer this. Because the thing about this is, it can differ so vastly. And it's not about subscribers and it's not about views. It's about what you do. Whether you are maximizing brands, or you are selling products, or you're maximizing views and getting a lot of AdSense, it could be hugely different. Like, there's this one channel I know of that gets very little views, like in the tens of thousands, and their business is selling used office chairs. That's it, used office chairs. And with their YouTube channel, like, they make videos not just about office chairs, just about like home office stuff. And they make 7 figures a year off of very few views on a business about used office chairs. So it's definitely different. How much I can tell you. The thing is, like, I don't even know how much I make, because it's different. It's different like every month. So I really don't know how much I make until the year's over. Maybe what I can tell, and plus what I make too, is I get a salary, like an income salary. I'm on payroll from Doodle on a Motorcycle. So Doodle on a Motorcycle, what Doodle on a Motorcycle makes is different than what I personally make. And Doodle on a Motorcycle, I would say, makes more money than what I did at my office job. But I personally don't make more money than I did at my office job, because I just don't care. I care way more about my channel and making better videos. I rather invest in cool trips or editors or just anything that's going to help me make more videos and make them cooler than just fill in my pocket. I don't know. My needs are already met by just covering my base things. So I think that's the most I'm comfortable saying. Hope that is okay. Well, it's gonna have to be if it ain't. Roller coaster. How many hours will your car last on one charge? I don't know. I've never timed it. I always just would charge it at the end of the day. Okay, now I'm seeing super chats in here. Toxic Aria Spillzilla, thank you so much. I'm going real slow through these. Aren't I? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no, it's already 7:45. I was gonna stop at 8, but maybe I'll keep going because I don't want to miss too many questions. I'm like, can't tread on me. I like bikini babes. Can't tread on me. You are entitled to whatever you like. Just know you're not gonna see it on this channel. Rick Chapman, ever get a chance to see All to Jess? I don't know what that means. Fight Hill Gaming, Z650 or Z900 for a 5'5" tall rider. The Z900 is surprisingly low to the ground. I wasn't totally flat foot, and I'm 5'3.75" inches tall, but I was pretty close. So I was actually very comfortable on the Z900. And I rode that when I had just started short rider tips. And I didn't have my Triumph Tiger yet. So now I'm even more used to taller bikes, but even back then I wasn't super used to it. So I think either one are fine. Probably all you really need is this the 650cc, which I know I say that and I have a Tiger 900, but I just fell in love with that Tiger 900 engine. Oh my gosh, it just rides so beautifully. And I did not like the way the Tiger 660 rode at all. I didn't like it. Thomas Brooks. Howdy, Doodle. Howdy, Mr. JGP. Shade, you're going to get a couple, Doodle. Thank you for the super chat. Rick Chapman. Talk to Jess. Talk to Jess about what? Hippie Trev. Shade Tree's getting a Doodle tattoo. Is he really? He says, Shade Tree said, Mr. JGP, now I have to. I don't know what he'll do. Is Shade Tree a man of his word, or is he a jokester? Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Matthew, would you ever come to Australia? Isn't that like a 24-hour flight from where I am? I'd be wary about that. But I've never been. That would be cool to go. That would be really cool. But it'd definitely have to be I couldn't just go for 3 days. I'd have to, get used. It'd have to be worth it. I'd have to make it worth it. USA lacks goalie. What is your favorite place to ride and why? The West Coast. And why? Because it's beautiful. The scenery there is so different. There's such a wide variety. Like when I was coming back from my cross country trip, I went through like deserts with with landscape I've never seen anywhere else on earth. Well, literally Mojave deserts, that the Joshua trees, those seeds can only grow there in that area of the US and the whole world. So it was like desert and rocks and landscapes and then just a little bit further, beautiful green rolling hills and tall mountains. I remember if you pull up a map of the US, I can share my screen. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. If you pull up a map of the US, there is a very distinct left and right desert greenery. Share screen. Look at this. See how this left side is all just brown? That's all desert, and the right is all green. It's split down the middle. I remember crossing when I was on my cross country trip, crossing this barrier from brown to green, and then leaving the desert, and I just felt so sad because then I was like, I'm almost home. This is the landscape I'm used to. Just the I'm leaving Mars, I'm leaving space is what it felt like. And on Honest Biker, Shade Tree Doodle portrait entire back. Shade Tree, I don't think I can let you do that and here's why. Because I don't want you to get in trouble with any women you want in your life. What's she gonna say if you have some little brown girl tattooed on you? You gonna get in trouble. But you know what? Shade Tree's gonna do whatever he wants. Papa says, I know you love red and white, but I love my blue. Ugh. Super Tenere. Your tiger is beautiful too. Thanks, Papa. P17. Will you do something with Sean from Bikes and Beers since you got his bike? Yeah, I did. I did picking up the Police Harley. He popped in there for a little bit. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah. Flapjack. My wife is 5 foot, similar build to you, first time rider. What Harley would you recommend? Flapjack, I'd recommend the Sportster. It's if it's her first bike, especially. It's really low to the ground. It's light. It's light enough that she could probably pick it up even without proper technique. Um, and it's the CC's high enough, like it's not struggling on the highways for you, like my Suzuki S40 Boulevard was, 650cc, one cylinder. It could make highway speeds, but barely. Like my hands were shaking by the time I finished riding on the Harley. I mean, on the all day on my Suzuki. Anonymous Stingrider says, "Hey there, neighbor." Link's Garage. Love the content. Thank you, Link. Moto Steep Vlogs. When will you ride in Canada again? When was Shade Tree in Canada? Ninja 400 Girl. What's one bike you want to take out for a ride that you haven't yet? Honda Goldwing. I'm surprisingly I haven't ridden one of those yet. It's been on my radar. I've been like almost many times like, oh, I think I'll do that, and then I don't know, something else happened or Mr. Nick, someone's spewing baloney on the channel. Who's spewing baloney? Tom Vicluck? Have you ever ridden the Beartooth Pass? It's a great ride. I can't remember. Beartooth Highway, Montana. I might have on Yellowstone. No, I don't think I did. I think I was so close to it because I'm like, I know. No, I didn't. I thought for a second that I might have on my most recent trip to Sturgis, but I think that I did not. Yellowstone is on my list too. Haven't done it. Lots on my list. Honey, a 10-year-old can lift a Harley. I know, Michael. It's technique, not strength. I know that, but I don't know the technique, so I don't know how to lift it yet. Linus the cat. Got a 310R for my first bike. I'm 6'3". Are you cramped on it? I need a bigger like soon, but it's a great bike. Got a pretty good deal on it. Oh, nice. Well, I mean, if you love it, that's great. Shade Tree. I'm texting Ken now about the tattoo. Oh no! Let me just text him right now. He does not need to do that. Oh my gosh. Shade Tree, you do not need to get a tattoo of me. Ooh, maybe he can get a doodle, like a drawing. Maybe a doodle, like a drawing or a dog. Loophole. Keep your future ladies in your life happy. Papa, how do I get my wife to be more comfortable with riding? She's nervous about it. Papa, the best thing you can do for your wife is stay out of it. Let her go to I don't know what it is about spouses and significant others being the teacher, but I think we're just too comfortable with each other. It's not a good recipe. A lot of conflict comes from there. And there's so much pressure. Like the guy usually just wants so badly for her to just ride and hurry up so they could start riding together. And that can put a lot of pressure. So Papa Jay, I think the best thing you can do is let her go to like an MSF course, and maybe you could go with her, like the beginner course, but zip your mouth, let the instructors do the talking. Rick Chapman, Jess, her 2 wheels. Rick, I know who Jess is, but I don't understand what your question is. You said talk to Jess, and that was it. I'm like, talk to Jess about what? Cody, if you're terrified of bicycles, how would you go about getting comfortable with a motorcycle? I don't know what to tell you, Cody. I mean, personally, I'm just one that if I'm afraid, I just do it because I'm afraid of so many things. I would not leave my house so I've just gotten used to just living in fear all the time because I wouldn't be living my life at all. Mr. JHB, I have wide feet and can't find any riding boots. Oh, that's a weird problem. I don't know what to tell you. Anonymous, Doodle is our local Triumph dealer getting BMW also. I don't know. Haven't heard that. I'm not in the know, Anonymous. I don't know all the intel. Oh, two-wheeled rocket. Shade Tree live streaming tattoo. Right channel. You can lift it up, but walking it up, but you do need stronger legs. Right? You don't know how strong my legs are. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I miss any. What's up, Doodle from Ed L? What's up? Anonymous Stingrider. Will we get to enjoy video group chatting again? I hadn't planned on it, but maybe, since you did ask. Another calendar. You know, I was thinking I'd do another calendar, but ideally I'd want to release that like next week, and the whole time thing, I just don't have enough of it. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. Linus, Trident 660 for my next bike. I love the Trident. I love that bike so much. That's such a great like commuter bike too. I liked it. Maybe just sit on one, make sure you're comfortable on it, because I think taller people might feel a little tight on it. I think I heard that. B1G. Did you ride the Dragon's Tail? Of course. Bars and Robinson. Can you help me get a bike? No. If you're asking me to buy you a bike, the answer is no. I can't believe some people will have the audacity to email or message people and say, "Can you buy me this?" Or if you just mean, "Can you help me choose one?" Sure, DM me on Instagram or email me hello@doodleandmotorcycle.com. Meg Smith, you hit those steps at an angle. That's why I didn't go well. Been there, done that. Yeah, I had very improper technique on that whole thing. Matthew, are you going to start instructing in the MSG class? I'm guessing you said MSF. Yeah, I do I teach the beginner dirt class at the MSF campus. Sometimes I'm not signed up for this year for anything for the rest of this year right now. Linus, yeah, super bad about Native women going missing. I know, it's crazy. Moto Steve, hit the thumbs up, people. It helps the live stream. Thank you. Frank, cashing up here from Massachusetts. Woohoo. Billy, same with police's defense mechanism. I'm guessing you're talking about the humor I was talking about earlier that combat vets and apparently also Native people have, just like insane, extreme humor around trauma. Carl says trauma does that. People have recovered from bad injuries the same way. Damn, I'm so behind on these chats. It says 35 minutes and we're an hour in. I think I'm reading it at like 34 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try scrolling it some more and then stop just if I see a question. Linus, no, I don't have my Street Triple R. I traded it in for my Tiger. Plus, I never rode it. I got too old for that thing. Even just the ride to the dealership, 30-minute ride to the dealership on my Street Triple R, my back was hurting. Tony Green, have you ever been to Wheels to Chime? Yep, that's in my Tail of the Dragon video. Ninja 400, did you ever go out for a ride to just ride and not for work filming? Yeah, I used to all the time. But now I get so much riding in for work filming purposes that not anymore. Charlie, has Cody got his own bike? Nope. Billy, what bikes have you owned so far? First bike, Suzuki S40 Boulevard, 650cc. Second bike, Triumph Bonneville. Third bike, Triumph C-Triple-R. Fourth bike, Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro. And Coleman mini bike. And Apollo X125 mini dirt bike. So I have the one bike and the two mini bikes. Jeff Winters, have you ever rode a KP 150 mini looking to get one? No, I haven't ridden one. Angel, living the life on top of a bike, Harley to start, but into his heart. Oh. I have a Red Indian Challenger Limited. Does that count? Yes, that does count. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Boom equals cover over the mic for my GoPro. Let me show you the setup I had that I actually don't use anymore because it just stopped working one day and I never replaced it. So separate voice recorder, plug this mic in. I think you need an adapter. And this is the thing I would use. And I would just stick it in my cheek pad. I think I got that from Chase on Two Wheels setup. I forgot about my peppermint tea. And that's what I used to use for audio during my GoPro. But what I actually found was retention graphs, if you know what I'm talking about. They would take a huge dip whenever I would do motovlogging scenes. So whenever I would have the GoPro talking footage. So I barely do any of those anymore because of that. I realized, like, okay, most people don't like watching it, I guess. They skip over it. Jerry, have you been to Wounded Knee? I actually don't think I have. We went to some sure at Pine Ridge Base. I honestly can't remember. I don't know that I have. When we were there, because I know we went to Pine Ridge Reservation, and then we went to Bear Butte, which is a mountain just outside of Sturgis that is considered a sacred mountain to natives. Like they would use it, like their youths, I think, would use it to I forget, like enter adulthood or something. But they do prayers and ceremonies there. We went to other places, but I don't think we did go to Wounded Knee. Maybe they did it after I left because I actually ended up leaving a little bit earlier than some of the other ladies. Mr. Nick, any big New Year's resolutions this year? Yeah, be in bed by 10:30 p.m. Raised Cheddar, how many tickets do you have for the Wheels Through Time raffle? Oh, I think that was not a question for me. XYYYY. ZYYYY. Any interest in road trip on rigid frame chopper? Not really, but that could be an interesting video. So maybe actually. Oh, I'm over an hour. I might just keep going if you guys are fine with it because I haven't gone through all these questions. Philip Breland, thank you for the super chat. Atlanta meetup. Maybe I haven't. No, I don't know. Captain's Better Sword. This is how bike purchase decisions should be made. There's no right or wrong. It's what feels right. Yes, I agree. I love your skirts. Thanks, Mike Sherman. I don't know what Mark Sherman. I'm not sure what you mean, but thanks. All right, let me scroll. Thank you so much, George Spalding, for the super chat. Race chatter. Will we see the tiny hands in the live stream? Yes. There we go. Recycled Hooligan. I got the break because of you. I've had it 2 years. That's awesome, Recycled Hooligan. Mark Lawless. You might want to check into getting the bike wrap instead of painting. Nah. A lot of people say that, but I don't know. I just don't care. Plus, I like Jadar's stuff. I've been watching him for a long time, and he paints. Anonymous Sting Rider. Go roughly interview in the future with Jess, Greg, and Whimsy. Moxie passed away. Sure. I don't know those people. Harold, when are you coming to DC? I was just there actually for my mom's birthday. First weekend of October. I love DC. It's one of my favorite cities in the US. All those museums. That's actually it was kind of perfect timing. We went to the Native American Indian Museum there just right after the road trip to Sturgis. Not just right after. And so I ended up taking a bunch of pictures and stuff at that museum that I'm going to put in the video, in the Sturgis video. So that was kind of convenient timing. Ninja 400. Is there somebody in the motorcycle field that you would like to meet? Yeah, a lot of people. Jerry Paladino, Donna Paladino, check. Travis Pastrana, haven't checked. Globe of Death stunt riders. Michelle Carre. She's not a rider. She's just my idol. Rui Marcelo. Will you ever ride down to Patagonia like Itchy Boots? I don't know. I have does Itchy Boots have a family that she's like very attached to? I don't know. I come from a Latin family. Like we don't just leave each other and for like years. We see each other a lot. Like, I don't want to like live outside of the country and barely ever see my family. Harold, keep the content coming. Watch break. I will try. On Honest Biker, thoughts on the Z900. I really liked it. I have a video reviewing it a few years ago. I'm actually going to mention it in an upcoming video. 10 bikes for. It started out like 10 bikes for a win, but now it's titled more like short riders. So, but yeah, I mentioned it in there. Mr. Nick, thank you for the super chat. Congrats, Johnny, on your dirt bike you just bought. Robert, I have not ridden through the Minneapolis area. Thank you, blessed to be free, for the nice comment. Eric Seppis, I have not ridden a supermoto. Recycled Hooligan, consider riding to Alabama, ride the mountains and canyons? Yeah, sure. Roller coaster fanatic asked the battle life on the card again. I don't know roller coaster. I haven't tested it, but I can tell you that it's lasted like all day of me just listening to music, all day riding. And all day riding for me is like I don't know. I would start at like 9 and then end by like 6. I don't go too hard. I like to eat breakfast and go on a walk, and then I like to eat dinner at a reasonable time and all that stuff. Thank you, Cobra Life, for the super chat. Stephen Turner, Josh started all the super chats. Now I got to go over there and start a super chat to his live stream. That's what I got to do next. Biker 10. As long as she has pew pew, she'll be fine. America. Gears and Gadgets. Thank you, Gears and Gadgets, for the super chat. Oh my gosh. Krista, I also carry a headlamp. Krista, white. I want a white one. Me too. I love that they Break Free's finally making the white ones. That's what I'm assuming you're talking about. They have black too. JD got my Break Free. Woohoo! Congrats. Jeremy, what's the fastest you ever got on a motorcycle? You know what's funny, Jeremy? No one ever asked me that until I got a Triumph Tiger 900. Now I get asked that all the time. Not that fast actually. Maybe 112-ish or so, and not for very long. Like cross country, open roads, yeah, I would do it for a little bit. But going super fast, like it's fun, but it's also very scary. So I don't like to feel that for too long. Just for like a few seconds. Recycle. So you ever gonna ride a chopper? You know, that would be cool. Or come down to the Forgotten Angels camp out. I need to. I meant to last year, and I forget why I didn't. Last year I had really bad insomnia, so there were a lot of things that I really wanted to do and that didn't end up doing and forgot, or just it was bad. If you've had insomnia for years and you've tried like everything, Sleep Science Academy by Devin Burke. Check it out. It's like literally the first thing that I've been sleeping like a normal person for months by doing nothing but just changing my mental thoughts, like your mental space. It's pretty cool. Doc on a bike. Thank you so much for the super chat. Recycle's cool, and Doodle, you and Beth did briefly go into Canada. You're right. You ended up in a cow costume. Come ride with the Mongols? Beautiful woman. I'll pay for gas and drink. Oh, that's inappropriate. Centric, note to self, start reviewing office chairs. He doesn't review them, he sells them. They sell used office chairs. Willow's AB ignoring me. Who's ignoring you? Paul Smith, what bike are you driving now? I've got my Triumph Tiger GT Pro in the downstairs, but actually I haven't been riding it. I've been riding the police bike, the Police Electric Glide. I've been practicing U-turns almost every day on it, but and that's about it. I haven't been like leaving the house much other than that. Kawakatana, how are you doing? I hate moving to Houston before getting a chance to meet you. We never met, Kawakatana? I could have sworn we did. Weird. Will's Mutt, how's AB? I don't know what that is. Hole cutter. Oh, I'm not gonna read that. Hole cutter. That was a little awkward. Eccentric. Which place have you ridden that had the worst roads? I don't know. Eccentric. I've mostly only ridden in the U.S. Clay, do you have any plans to attend the Vintage Bicycle Festival? I have attended it before a few years ago. Haven't planned on it again. I don't know. I did go to barber a little bit before that. Chris said no screen share. Was I not screen sharing when I meant to earlier? Oops. Oh well. Ron Zach, was your ride to Key West worth doing again? Yeah, I think I would do it again. I was actually thinking I might do it again this winter when it's too cold to go anywhere else. Jeff Winters, do you think a Goldwing is a good beginner bike? No. Mr. Nick, Cody, I believe, is primarily cars. That is correct, Mr. Nick. He is a very sports car guy. He got me really into Top Gear. That's one of my favorite shows now. And it's totally changed my views on other videos. Like I was watching Revzilla's latest Common Tread episode, and I kept comparing it to Top Gear. I'm like, these guys are too polite. No one's insulting each other. They're so politically correct. How come no one's pranking each other? What is this? I was expecting Top Gear. I don't know. Bite Hill Gaming, thank you for the super chat. Baby Lemon, looking up to our Lemon character, standing in a superhero. What are you talking about? You crunk. Oh, Dennis E. I'm sorry, Dennis. Peaceful Piano. Where are you currently living? Just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Billy SBC. Where they said. Oh, that wasn't a question to me. Yes, Edward, I have done Trail of the Dragon. Anonymous. Didn't you ride Shade Tree's Goldwing? Oh my gosh. Yes, I did. You're right. That is so embarrassing. That's on YouTube. That's how you know. I forgot. Was it a Goldwing? Honda ST 1100? Oh, I totally forgot. Clay Thomas, thank you for the offer. For your Goldwing. Tony Quichocho. I like your last name. Jenga says doodle of the doodle. Lucas, what's the scariest experience you've had while traveling solo? Accidentally riding through a dust storm and high wind advisories. I did not know that winds in the center of the US could be so strong that they literally topple semis. That was insane. I didn't know that was a thing that existed. But that was scary. I was going straight and my bike was at a 45-degree angle going down the road, and that was freaky. This is a fear. So any plans for stuff like I did 100 stoppies for 90 days? Not stoppies, but yeah, maybe wheelies or power slides. Have been thinking about that. I'm not sure though, because the last challenge I did like that, it didn't do very well. So I'm like, maybe people aren't interested in seeing that anymore. So maybe I'll change it a little bit so it's not exactly like 100 for 30 or 100 for 90 days. 3 Road King. Everyone thinks you're a psychologist. Oh, thank you. That's a compliment. There needs Bayu says there needs to do a doodle bob head. I know, I nod a lot. Anonymous Stinger. Talk to Jess who rides with her new dog, Whimsy. Okay. Moxie passed away. Oh, that's sad. Billy, anybody here own a Honda CB500X? Amanda Zito did or still does. William McCall said, do you still ride? Of course. Plotting My Escape. Is that a track map in the background? Gauntlet. It's the route in North Georgia mountains. Dang, Anonymous, I saw you. She's still writing. Go roughly just interview. Mini bike Mike by who would? Max, any leaks for upcoming videos? Yeah, sure. U-turns on the Harley. Road trip to Sturgis with the medicine will ride. That'll be next Friday. I'm looking at my schedule right there. After that, we'll be reviewing 10 bikes from the perspective of a short woman rider. And so many people get mad when I say this. Not short for a woman, just below average, really. But short for the average rider. That's why I title those videos that way. Because if you're a dude, that's how my tips that I need apply to short dudes. Uh-oh. I lost the chat. Okay, I found it again. Pops is getting a BMW dealership, George Spalding said. That is so cool. I didn't know that. Way to go, Gordy. He's so cool. Gordy's the owner of Triumph. I'm a fool. What are your thoughts on the electric bikes? I'm a fool. I know very little about them, but I really want to explore them. That's on my list too. Um, Paul, no, I never fart and it doesn't stink. It smells like roses. Not that I ever do. Steve Harrison, I got my street triple at 67. That is awesome. Johnny, when is your next trip from Deals Gap? I don't know. Roy, how'd you get sponsors? Did you ask them or did they come to you? Awesome to see you have 3. Most of the ones that I have, actually all these that are down here, I approached them. Wait, let me think. No, I had a relationship with them before. I think maybe at some point they sent me a free product and then I was like an affiliate, like I just signed up on their website or something for a while. And then what I did was this year I had planned to do my cross country series and I knew I was going to make 3 months worth of videos. And I also knew it was going to be very expensive, so I needed to help pay for it. So I basically came up with a media deck showing audience demographics and different pricing options of like different ways that brands could advertise essentially. Whether it's just a logo or just me showing the product or just me like mentioning the and describing it in the video for like 60 seconds or something. Different prices for that. Shout out Amanda Zitto for helping me with that. And sent that email out to 11 people, basically saying like, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going on this cross country trip, creating these amount of videos from this perspective, blah, blah. Here's a little bit about me if they didn't already know. Would you be interested in sponsoring this series? And then I attached the media deck and then a lot of them responded yes, because companies are looking for that. People who actually care about who generally care about what their product and want to show it in a cool way. So that was easy because it was stuff I was already using, so I didn't have to like really sell it. I just had to it was just like felt like I was telling good friends about the stuff I'm already using and really like. Cookie Monster, did you ever get your bikes a love nickname? I actually haven't, surprisingly. I did give a nickname to like some of the Harleys I went on road trips that were loners. Like Big Red was the first one, Mama Shark. I think Queen of Hearts for the third one, the Road King. I think Her Two Wheels came up with that. But I actually haven't named maybe I'll name my tiger after it's red. But right now I'm like, I don't want to look at you. I have no, yeah. I don't want to look at you. I just want to close my eyes and ride. I'm just kidding. Actually, O3 Road King, that's not true. Someone asked about bathroom stuff. That's why I answered that. Florida Gamer, how was putting together the Apollo? I didn't put it together. I bought it as is at a dealership called Dirt Cheap Motorsports. Mark Manning, are you surprised about the number of subscribers to your channel? Yeah. Jarman, have you ridden a KTM Duke 1290R? No, I have not. Mini Bike Mike, what is the best helmet cam? I don't know. I use old GoPros. I've been using my GoPro 7. Adam Sandoval gave me his GoPro 8 and I lost it. New rider, have you ever rode any Triumph Speed Triple? And if not, would you consider it? The Speed? I don't think I've ridden the Speed Triple. Sure, I'd consider riding it for a little bit, but I just don't like those kind of bikes, like forward seating position, like sport bike type. It's not comfortable for me. Mr. Nick, F in the chat for nuclear strength peppermint tea. Flapjack, how's Coach doing? He's doing great. I just saw him today, actually. He lives not far from me, so I actually run into him fairly frequently on the road. Like, see him riding back from school or, well, walking or being driven back because his school isn't letting him ride his bike to school anymore, which is ridiculous. Trident, are you part of Motorcycle Destinations? Yes, Motorcycle Destinations. That is a channel, a new YouTube channel that I've partnered with some other YouTubers to create. So we make videos every day, and they're all short. They're all like under 3 minutes. But I'm trying to push them and tell them that we should be allowed to do some videos that are longer than 3 minutes. So why don't you do me a favor? Go to Motorcycle Destination and comment on like all the videos. Please make longer videos because that'll help my case. But yeah, so me and a bunch of other YouTubers make videos every single day there. And we just showcase like one spot, so one location. So for instance, on my channel next Friday, you'll see a 30-minute video road trip to Sturgis. And then on Motorcycle Destination, you'll see one video, about 6 videos total from that trip of like some of the one locations from that trip. Cow Monkey. Did someone prop you up as a token novelty, or did you generally like bikes yourself? Huh? I don't know what token novelty is, but no, I generally like bikes myself. No one encouraged me to do that. I was just newly single and wanting to try every random thing I had never had time to do. And so I found out you could take the MSF course. I'm like, perfect. I don't have to commit. I don't want to buy my own bike. I just want to ride them for a weekend and move on with my life. But then after that weekend, I was hooked. And now I'm a rider for life. That's what happened. That was not part of the plan, but that's what happened. Riding and wrenching. Have you ridden outside the US? No, I have not. But I have lived and been outside of the US. Real deal. Do you sing? Yes, I do. Johnny Bravo. That police bike you have from Bikes and Beards is the one they got in Florence. Yes. It is. Trident, have you ever thought of going on to a Friday the 13th in Port Dover, Ontario? Never heard of Friday the 13th in Ontario's. Cody, can you tell Cody that Cody says hi? Hey, Cody! Cody Fulmer says hi. Wait, what? Cody Fulmer says hi. He says hi back. You don't want to do it on camera?
I'm just got a shower, fool.
Okay, he's.
I didn't get the thing.
Okay, yeah, you want to? You don't have to. Okay. No, you don't want to. He doesn't want to. He's very reserved. Are you going to do tail dragging again? I'm also thinking about it. Luigi, why do you keep flying from the bike? I'm not, Luigi. Those are old videos. Jeez. But if I do, so what? And if I do, it's because I'm pushing myself and I'm doing cool hood rat stuff. Unlike you, apparently, who's just riding to the restaurant. Otherwise, you'd know. That's why. No, Jarman, I have not done or attempted a kangaroo stoppie. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it in my life. Island upcycling. Are you still loving that Triumph? Yes. It's the perfect bike. Leroy, how did you grow your channel? I have a police perform channel on YouTube, growing slowly but steadily, but I want to grow faster. That's really cool. Leroy, why don't you email me? hello@doodleonamotorcycle.com. And we can talk more about it. But what I can say right now is get this book, the YouTube Formula. This is just the cover. I took it off the book, but it's a book. Daryl Eves wrote it. He is the smartest person I know when it comes to YouTube. Hooligan, have you considered riding with a passenger challenge? No, I have not. That sounds dangerous. Solo Black. You used to keep up with Brandon Picasso. Oh, I haven't talked to him in a while. Maybe I should see what he's up to. Now that you reminded me. Chris Tondras. Doodle, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Chris, I still use GoPro 4. Jenny the Cat. My Triumph bottle will rattle my right hand numb. Any suggestions? Yeah, Django. Check with your dealership. You don't want suggestions from me. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. All I do is like clean and lube my chain. That's the only thing I know. Recycled Hooligan. Have you used a motorcycle lock after you had to cut the last one off? Yeah, I have. I have used the disc brake locks. Old man, have you reached out to Roswell PD for your police training? Yes. They were one of those that either did not respond or said they couldn't. So it's another department that is, I don't know if I can say publicly yet since it's not official. So just in case I'm not going to say it, which department exactly, but the department that I have been talking to is also nearby. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Kahuna, when are you going to get a scooter? I don't know, but I have very limited garage space. I'm already like playing Tetris with the vehicles we have in there right now. Okay, I think I finally caught up to the chats, and I'm like a little bit over. I'm like 23 over. Oh, y'all are getting new questions. Did you really have questions, or did you just try to make it? Billy, what rain gear do you use? Billy, I'm gonna show you guys my website. I'm gonna put a link on there. On there I have different tabs. Rider's guide that has or rain guide that I have like my rain gear on there, but I also have other things like you can see my motovlogging setup, fall and winter gear on the blog. I have like my cross country series, like favorite items listed on there. So that's a good place for products and gear and stuff. Chase Thomas, what kind of products do you use on your hair? Um, uh, I forget. Okay, so for when I'm leaving my hair curly, Lus brands. And when I'm straightening it, I use it's a 10. Ryan, is there a good way to know what events you are going to so we can plan to come out and ride with you? Um, I've actually never posted or talked about. I've never done organized group or events like that where people can ride with me. Um, but maybe I should. I probably the best place. If I do anything like that, I'll post about it either on Instagram and Facebook or on YouTube community tab. Cage free. Have you thought of riding to Cancun? Not to Cancun, not in Mexico, because I mean, even just riding from Georgia to Florida was such an ordeal with my family. Like, oh my gosh, and don't even get me started on cross country. They about just like died. I'm like, so no, I don't want to ride in Mexico, just literally just for the sake of my mom not having a heart attack. But riding to the border, I have thought about that. That could be really cool. P Dibs. Do you have any sport bike or track experience? Yes, but very little. Like I did champ school recently, and you can see that in a video called I trained with professional racers for 48 hours, I think is what it's called. And I posted that earlier this year. That was really cool. But I have very little track, and that's that and one track day like several years before that was the only experience I had. Snow Manny, can you say your email? So I'm just talk a little. Snow Manny, I'll do you one better. I will write it down. Doodleonamotorcycle.com. Oh, and you know what? It's also on my website, I think in the contact page. Yeah, no, not the contact page, on the very bottom. I used to have a contact page, but I kept getting spam emails through it. It was very weird. It was like spam that was like accusing me of using their photographs, and they're like, send us $100,000. I'm like, no, tell me what pictures and I'll take them down. And so I don't have a contact page. I just have my email address at the very bottom. Half breed was the shape of the wall. That is the North Georgia Mountains Gauntlet route. So basically, that's like a route you could see on like Google Maps. Julio here. Hello. No, I did not hear about the latest regarding Kyla. That's awesome that she's competing. She's a kid. Another interview. I don't know. If you can see, I haven't been doing many live streams. I don't know about the interview stuff. Seat of the Great. Do you need to come to Chicago? The Latino community would love you out here. Aw, thanks. Where did Doodle come from? My mama. Born in Connecticut. Parents are from the Dominican Republic. But I fell from heaven. No, I have not gone to Blue Moon Motorcycles, Chris. I got to. I know. Ride some of the Binchers big. I'm glad you reminded me because I've actually been meaning to go there, but I totally forgot about it. So thank you for reminding me. Let me actually write that down. Blue Moon Motorcycles. And I think I'm not far from there too. Okay, I'm gonna end it. We're at an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm glad I wasn't here talking to myself. That would have been awkward, but thank you so much. And I never did figure out how to take off this frame. I meant to just leave it off for the like start and the end, but oh well, it was up all the whole time. That's okay. Oh, I have one more question. Shannon, how did you get the name Doodle? Um, that was a nickname given to me by my martial arts instructor. I used to do graphic design for my martial arts school, and I thought one day he said, "What do you got for me, Doodle?" But he didn't. To this day I don't know what he said. And I was like, "Did you just call me Doodle?" He's like, "No, but I will." And after that, everyone called me Doodle. No one called me my name. So that's how that happened. That martial arts instructor that gave me that, he's a retired master sergeant from the special forces, and he made an appearance in a video, 100 U-turns a day for 90 days, not 30, the 90 days one, the one that didn't do as well. That was a dud. That got like 40,000 views. The first one got like a million. But he's in that video. He's cool, and you can just tell he just exudes coolness. But Jay, what bike do you have now? I got a Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro. Okay. Now for real. Yes, Mark, that's true. I do want to mention that 2 Lane Live, they just had the medicine wheel ride on their live stream. I think it was yesterday. That was really cool. I haven't actually listened to it yet. I listened to a little bit and then I had to go. I was going to listen to the replay. But yeah, okay. So now I'll go for real. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the questions and the super chat and everything.